Hey mamas, welcome to Made to Mom, where we talk about how to make mom life easier. Today we're going to be talking about something I am super excited to talk about because it is something I feel I have figured out. And I have figured out all the tips and tricks for you. So that is storing breast milk. It might seem super easy and super simple, but there are definitely some things that can make your life easier. It's going to be from getting it from your pump, whatever type of pump you have, to the bag, to the freezer, and thereon and thereforth. All right, so this is a Willow pump, and this is just a standard hospital pump that a lot of you guys will have. But I do want to show this first, just in case you do have a special pump, how to get it from point A to point B, and it'll be easy. So just stay tuned if you just have this one. It's just one extra step. So I'm going to take just a regular hospital grade pump because I find it's very hard to move it from here directly to here. So I like to go here first. And you're gonna laugh. So I have enough storage that I've actually stopped pumping now, but I wanted to show you guys these important steps. This is just regular cow's milk because I haven't pumped in about 2 months because I'm good to go in that area. So I'm gonna take this bottle. I have to flip that. I'm just going to pour it into here. Okay, so each bottle holds about 5.5 to 6 ounces, not really sure which. So that's getting it from out of the Willow. So if you see, I have about 4.5, 5 ounces in here. One thing that I like to do is use these bags. They're called Lansano. I think that's how you pronounce it. I like to use these and they hold 6 ounces. So one thing that I do, if I were to have 2 bottles that aren't quite full, I would just fill it to the brim. I would open this bag up. Okay, so this one's full, this one's not. So I'm going to take this bag. This is the trick that I have learned. So I'm going to take the bag, I'm going to kind of just hover it over the bottle. I'm going to squeeze the edges, and I'm going to flip. Just make sure every drop of breast milk counts. You guys know this. So just get most of that milk out, all of that milk out. I'm going to take it so it's full. You don't want to fill it to the top because when you freeze it, then that's when they overflow. So I'm just going to try and get all the air out that I can. I've sealed it off. I'm going to lay that one down. This one's not full, so I'm actually going to use that for my next feeding because you shouldn't mix breast milk temperatures. So I will just use this for the next bottle, and it'll be good there, and I will defrost this later so he can use it. So I then take the bag. I have found that I don't need to put a volume on it because I do fill them up each time. So I will then put a date. So let's just say today is now 11/14. I don't need a name on it because no other babies are using it. You can put the time on it if you'd like. I don't. So I now have gone from bottle to bag, and I'm ready for my next step. All right, so I just put in the fridge that half-filled bottle, and now I have my Lansano bag that is full. One thing I didn't mention before is I really like this brand because it leaks minimally. I've tried the Up and Up brand from Target as well to save a few bucks, but it leaked and I cried. So if you want to save a couple bucks, don't go that route. Save your tears and go with a brand like this that's a little more expensive, but you know will last. So I'm going to take this full bag, and if you notice in here, I've actually put something in my freezer that is flat so that they can freeze very flat and stack very well. So I am going to place it in there. I'm going to freeze it flat just like this, and if you look, these are my already frozen ones. They might fall out because I have already pulled them out, but I'm going to pull them out right now anyhow. So if you look at all these bags, they freeze very flat, which means they store very flat and they store better. So some people like to place them in like this, and when it's not frozen, I will show you, and you freeze it like this, it's going to look like this and it doesn't store as well. So, excuse me, that is why I encourage you to lay it on a flat surface, just like that, and freeze it so it looks like this. So now I'm going to show you how to move it from this. They all fall out. Literally, I used to just not put them in bags, the next step that I'm about to show you, but they all fell out like I showed you just now. So you're going to want to do a next step that I didn't find out with Tanner, but I did find out with Luca. So what you're going to need are just some regular gallon bags. They don't need to seal super well. They just need to be able to hold the contents very well. I pulled it all out, and I'm going to want to create something that looks like this. So you see how all of those, it took a long time to individually move all of them out. This is a block of 9 and it holds 6 ounces per one. So I take it and I write the date from whatever is on the bag and I write how many ounces are in it. And these end up going in my deep freezer, but my deep freezer is actually full of milk, so I have to go into this, and that's actually one of the reasons why I stopped pumping as well, because I had too much milk. So I have my bags. I'm going to take all these bags right here and I'm going to arrange them by date so that I know exactly when I need to use them by. So the recommended time for breast milk to use in a deep freezer is 6 months. So you're going to want to get through that as fast as you can. You can also go up to 12 months, but recommended is 6 months. So I try and get it out of the way by then. So I'm going to arrange them based on dates. So 11, 12, 13, 14. So they're arranged by date. So now I'm going to take a pack of 9 because I know that's what fits. I'm going to open up this bag. So I found if you alternate sides, so for example, the top of this one goes in. Excuse me. And then on this side, I'm going to do the opposite. So the tab goes towards the back. And I'm just going to continue that on until I have 9. So as you can see, it's nice and snug. I'm going to take it, try and get all the air out. So of course, you're going to have a lot that are starting to build up in here. But because you're laying them flat, they will stack nice and neatly. Mine were falling out because it's been about 2 months and I wanted to leave them in there to show you guys. So I would wait until about every 9 bags before you go on to this step. If you want to go 2 rounds and have 18 there freely running around in there, then that's cool too. So, okay, just doing this one more time. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm paying attention to the dates so I can write it on the bag as well, which I will go back and do on that one. So I know this one is 9/17 to 9/20. And this one was 9/11 to 9/16. So I like to write it in 2 spots, and you'll understand in just a second. So I'm going to write on here 9/11 to 9/16. I know I put 9 bags in there with 6 ounces each. And I also like to write it on the side. So that would be 9/11 to 9/16. This one. So that is the step from getting it from frozen to frozen and flat to the gallon bags. Now we're going to head to my garage. All right, so welcome to my messy garage. This is my deep freezer. It is my 3rd baby because it holds my treasure, breast milk. So it is filled to the bottom, as you can see, with bags and bags and bags of milk. So this is what we just got all together. This part, I won't lie, it's a bit tedious, but it's important to rotate your milk, the newest on the bottom and the oldest on top, so you're pulling the correct one out, and you know exactly what you're giving to your baby. And this is why I label them with the numbers on the outside in 2 spots, as I will show you. So the tedious part, I have to pull it all out to rearrange it to be correct. That's why I don't like just doing 1 bag at a time. I like to do like 3, so it's worth my time to pull it all out. So here we go. I'm going to be fast forwarding through this part too, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. So what you don't see is I have a laundry basket on the ground to help me gather my things. So I'm just gonna start pulling them out. Trying to keep them in relative order of where they are so I don't have to go searching for dates. This could be a little bit of my OCD in me that I have to keep them in the exact order. If it's not as important to you and you just like some of the things I do, go for that. But I have to have them in order. All right, so as you can see, I have a lot of milk, and that is why I have a deep freezer. So if you are having the same problem with me and you like to have a lot of frozen food, get yourself a deep freezer so you don't even have to worry about where you're going to store your breast milk. So if you look inside, I'm at the bottom layer. So since I have 3 that we just did today, I'm going to pull out 3 that are the oldest. So I'm going to look, and it looks like my last one was right here. So I need to keep those ones down here. So I need 8, 9, 8, 12, 8, 15. I'm gonna put my latest ones in there that I just did today. See what I mean about tedious, but once you get it done, then all your breast milk is organized and ready for your baby. And it's easy to go to pull out. So this is why I put the dates on it. I face the dates upwards, so when I'm pulling them out, I know exactly what the date is, and I don't have to look at just the front. So my latest one that I just did was my 9/12, or my 9/21. So as you will see in here, I'm just rearranging. Okay, bottom layer's done. So I'm gonna look at the date that is the oldest on here, and I'm gonna find the one that's sort of related to it. So the latest date on the very bottom is 8/19 to 8/24. So I know I just pulled that out. 8/15 to 8/19, I'm gonna put right on top of it so I can keep going backwards. So 8/15 to 8/19. So right before 8/15 was 8/12 to 8/15. And right before 8/12, 8/9 to 8/12. So then I just keep going in that order. Tedious, I know, but we're making it happen. This could be the part where you guys put an input in on if you have any ideas to make this part easier as well. I would appreciate that in the comments. So my baby was born in April, and I have milk all the way until September. So this is about, what is that, 5 months of breast milk stored. And at this part, I have it written on the top because they won't fit vertical anymore, so I have to put them horizontal. So that's why I write both on the side and on the top. All right, so as you can see, I am out of room, and I have 3 blocks left. So what I'm gonna do with these blocks is I'm gonna take them to my inside freezer because these are gonna be the next one in the rotation that I'm gonna give to Luca. So, full deep freezer, I have 3 blocks. I'll move them into my inside freezer so that he will have fresh milk. That is the next one in line. So, if you guys have any questions on this area, or if you have any ways to make this part easier, just drop it in the comments and I'd be happy to help. And those are the tips and tricks that I learned how to do for breast milk storage. If you like this, click like, and if you haven't yet, click subscribe and share it with your mama friends. Bye.